Let me smile.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, you guys?
No.
Hello, Monday. Hello, Monday. That's been my phrase all day. I'm super excited about this week. We are just a few days away from Christmas. I'm excited that we got Stone. We got Stone in the studio today.
In the building. What's happening?
Thank you for taking time out of your schedule to meet with us.
I'm always make time for the demos.
We're gonna always
make time for me.
That's right. That's right. You guys, join in the room. Share this live with others that you know. If they are interested in taking 2024 to the next level, make sure you share it. If this live, if the Fearless Investing podcast has done something for you, has moved you in any way, make sure you share it with others so they can be moved as well. All right, let's do it.
Yo, what's going on? Listen, it's Keith Everett, Real Estate Diddy. I'm right here at the Simple Sexy Flipping Conference. I gave 10 ways on how to find off-market properties. If you're somebody trying to learn how to use the bank, find private money lenders, and knowing how you can fund the properties, you need to be here.
I would definitely recommend this event to anybody, especially if you're looking to get started in this business, because sometimes you just don't know where to go, and sometimes you don't know how to get started, and sometimes it could be the reverse. You got the motivation, but you don't have the education, or you have the education, you don't have the motivation. So sometimes it's being in certain rooms with certain people that'll kind of uplift you or inspire you or get you moving, get you thinking. But more importantly, this is the kind of room you want to be in, especially if you're a newbie.
Let's go. Let's go. Y'all ready?
Yeah, we still do the countdown. I'm just playing. I'm sorry.
Yeah. We got a few more days before the end of the year.
Let's go, man.
Like what? 10? What day? I don't even know what day it is. It's the 18th, so about 12 days.
All right. Let me ask you this question. Are you chillaxing, breaking for the rest of the year?
Oh no, we all gas, no brakes.
All gas, no brakes. Let's go. Y'all, you can break if you want to. Nothing wrong with breaking. But just know that those days you take off, just expect to be 10 days behind when the new year starts. So take it. It's hard, it's tough. You don't have to be full gas. It's really a choice. But be some gas. Be some gas. What's up, Sean?
In the building.
What's up?
You ready to get started?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go. You usually let me answer the first question because you've been on the other talk.
Just go.
All right. So, first question, as always, who is Stone?
Stone is Stone.
Stone is Stone.
But nah, so I'm a real estate professional, realtor in Alabama and Georgia, of course. Serial entrepreneur, husband, dog dad,
Dog dad.
dog dad. No,
Okay.
no children yet. No actual human being children. But yeah, just a cool kid, cool cat from Birmingham. Just
Okay.
trying to figure it out.
How did you get into being a real estate professional from the realtor world? Is that something you kind of always wanted to do, or something that just kind of happened?
No, real estate. I've always been interested in real estate from a youngin. But as far as me getting into the real estate world, I just went to ended up going to real estate school one day. Took a chance on myself and passed the test, passed the exam, and like that started my journey into real estate. And once I figured out, how to be a realtor, how to be a productive realtor.
How to be a productive
Because
realtor.
there's a difference. There's a difference.
Once I figured out how to be a productive realtor, and I'm looking around, I'm like, okay, making decent money. Then I'm start working with a few investors, and I was looking at the spread for them, and I'm like, when they hired me, they were like, I want you to find a property for me that's X, Y, and Z. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna put it in your face. You ask me for something, I'm gonna put it in your face. Like, boom, here you go. And they're like, all right, we want to put offers on these. This is what we want to offer. I'm like, all right, cool. I got my little commission. I'm like, all right, we bought the house. Then we turned around and sold the house. And I saw what they made. And I was like, hold on.
Let's spread.
Well, okay. So it was one of those situations like I had did the comps anyway, so I knew what they were gonna make on the back end, but I didn't realize how much money that they didn't have to put into the house.
Ooh.
I was thinking it was gonna be like, okay, we find a house for 80, they gonna put another 80 grand in it, they gonna probably sell it for 170, 170, 180, make a couple
Make
dollars.
a few dollars.
Nah, they wasn't the case.
It
was a lot of dollars, and I was like, I need some of that. So I had to figure out how to make my way to the investor side.
Okay.
So what was before being a realtor?
Before a realtor, so I mean, we can go way back. I was a menace to society, is what I would call myself a while ago, my earlier days. But after I had my run in with the law, it was like, okay, it's time for me to switch gears because prison ain't for me. But I've done security. I've done you name it. I done pretty much.
Were you the club bouncer?
I was the club bouncer.
Oh, I can see you being a good club
Yeah,
bouncer.
so I did security. Started off working at the Palace, and then I've worked in any club in the city of Birmingham from probably about 2008 till about 2012. Once I actually I'll take it back 2015 till I decided I like this. Enough is enough.
So I want you to ask about background, but I got to say this real quick. Why are you laughing? It's so important to hear these background stories because literally I talked to a guy last week and his story was almost similar to yours, Stone.
Mm-hmm.
He had been in some trouble. He had been to prison and he was trying to do right.
Right.
And he watched our masterclass and he said that he was getting feelings that he had never got before. And I think that it's important to tell people that part of the story because they can see there is hope. Mm-hmm. They can see that there is a chance that I don't have to continue to go down this road of jail, death, whatever that road looks like.
Right.
I can actually change lanes and be successful.
Mm-hmm.
So it's important. And that's why I kind of asked you that question because I know some of your background, but for other people that's watching, Stone just ain't wake up and say, man, I'm gonna be the best person in the world, and I'm gonna be a realtor, and I'm gonna be an investor, and I'm gonna buy a house, and I'm gonna get married. There was a pre-Stone. So understand that
Stone Age.
There's a Stone Age Stone. And understand that if you're on that path, if you're in that situation, there is a path for adjustment. There is a path for change that don't involve going to jail and still making pretty good money, just to be honest with you. I threw you off. All right. I need you to get in the game, bro. Get
I
in the
was
game,
in the
coach.
game. I like how
Get in
you.
the
I
game.
just asked the background, and you got tell
I
me.
clearly
me.
told you what I wanted you to ask next.
Goodbye. Not ask it. 'Cause
All right, so tell us about your parents. Were they entrepreneurs? Did they work 9 to 5? What was that like? What was that household like growing up?
So of course, so I have a relationship with my dad. So I'm not gonna say that I don't have a relationship with my dad. My dad is my best friend. But my mom and my dad were separated when I was young.
Okay.
So grew up with my mom, my grandma. Dad a hustler, mama a hustler for sure. She worked 5, 6 jobs. She make it happen. But dad also worked truck driver, but then on the weekends he cutting grass. So he entrepreneur spirit from the dad side, hustler from mom, cause she gonna go get it regardless. I mean, grew up in Smithfield and we bounced around. Mom bought a house when I was probably like 6 over in the Center Point area. And showed me what home ownership was about. And went from there for real.
Okay.
I feel like there's a trend that we see a lot.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of our most successful students grew up in some type of entrepreneurship. Whether it was a Mary Kay experience, whether it was it was some type of entrepreneur experience.
Mom definitely sold the Mary Kay and the crystal china, whatever that china stuff was. They had the little china parties or whatever. So yeah, she definitely did that too. But it's in me. It's in me.
Yeah. That is a good point, because I don't think nobody we've had so far has had 2-parent household. Both parents were 9 to 5 workers. Like each one of them had at least one parent that had that entrepreneur spirit that has rubbed off on them,
right? To
and
take
they've
risks,
taken it to another level.
Yeah,
that's a good observation, Mr. Mark.
I mean, it gave me the chills. I was just like, oh,
okay.
So, Mom showed you what home ownership looked like. You said bounced around, but y'all ain't bounced around, Stone. Like, if she bought that house at 6.
I mean, well, yeah, 6, 7, but we moved a lot in that little time frame, because I remember being in Central Park. I remember being in Fountain Heights, College Hills. I remember being in Fairfield.
I remember this that young.
For whatever reason, I remember a lot of my childhood. I don't know why.
That's so good.
It just is what it is. I assumed everybody had those same memories, but
no,
they don't. Like I've been told that quite a bit. I'm like, bro, you remember that? Like, I do.
No.
Wow.
No.
That's deep.
What's up, Trish? Stone says she liked it. That's the next business name, Stone Age.
Stone Age. Hey, let's do it.
All right. So we are progressing. We found out real estate was something we wanted to dive into. So we became a realtor. How long was that gap between realtor and investor?
It wasn't long. Probably so got my license in 2019. Of course, pandemic hit. So was selling cars and doing houses in 2020.
See, you left that part out. Okay.
Gotta get it. So probably about 2021, I would say beginning of 2021, it was like a different switch. The end of 2020, beginning of 2021, a different switch just went off. It was just like, all right, this is what we're doing. Matter of fact, it wasn't a switch. It was Sean. She was in my ear. She was saying, hey, we got to do something else. Like, we got to figure something else out. It's more to life than just this. Just going to work every day. She's like, I'm tired of seeing you go to work 10 hours a day, then go try to show houses in between that, just being tired. And it was like, we got to do something else. Like, we got to be able to figure out a way to all these hours that you putting in for these folks, that we just putting it into ourselves.
So if you've never watched our podcast before, we're going to always talk about the pillars to success. And Stone just hit on one of our pillars. Who you listening to?
Mm-hmm.
Who you got around you? Like, who in your corner? That's so important to the path that you're on. That's so important to the success that you're going to have. Because it took somebody else to say, hey, We finna do something different.
And I believe that you can do more. I know that you can do more. And here's what God has for us, but we can't get to it until you make a shift. So I need you to make a shift, and I need you to make it quickly for all of us.
Yes. So I will say, make sure you are around the right people. Make sure they are feeding you faith and not fear,
Right.
so that you can overcome those fears. That's one of those foundational pieces that I'm gonna stand on the table for every day of the week. Because if you are around negative people all the time, that's gonna rub off on you. That's gonna be in your spirit. Make sure you get around positive energy, like Nebraska said. Positive energy, positive energy.
All right, you go.
I'm lost. Okay, so you did have a good question. I got to follow your good question. Your good question was, how long was that change? So in between joining the Denmarks and having that conversation with your wife, what did you try?
Everything.
Well, everything.
Before getting with you guys, I was stuck in what we call analysis paralysis. I was just looking, and like, okay, we can do this, we can do that. And the pieces that I were missing was, I was thinking that I had to do this with my own money. That was I'm like, man, I can't. Like, you got the little mixed in tuck. You like, all right, we good. If anything happened, we good. But I'm like, it's a lump sum. But if I use that and this don't go right, we toast. Mm-hmm. So it was one of those situations. Like, what is it? How can I get? Like, I know how to find the properties. Mm-hmm. I already know how to find. Like, I know where the property's at. I know what the comps look like. But I need to find the money to purchase the property and rehab the property. Mm. That's the piece that I was missing. So from the time that it probably took me about, I think from the time I started looking for properties, myself, and trying to figure it out, because of course Sean, Sean's a mortgage broker, so it was like we already could go ahead and we could buy it in our name and just buy it outright. It wouldn't have been no issue there. But getting the money to rehab it was like, that was the ingredient in the sauce that we were missing. And that just went in circles for about 6 months or so. Ooh. And one day I'm online and I see y'all ad and I'm like, hey man, this looks familiar. Like, I said, I don't know what it is about these folks, but it's just I feel like I already met them, I already know them. I'm like, that's me and Sean, low key. I'm like, hold on. I said I gotta reach out to these folks. So I reach out to y'all. Find out we have a mutual mentor. We in a mutual mentorship. Okay. I'm like, well, we make all the sense in the world now. So like, boom, babe, hey, we finna rock with them now. She like, what? She was like, what are you talking about? I sent the little link that I saw. And she was like, oh, that remind me of us. She was like, you sure? I'm like, I don't even know. I said, if I'm sure, I know I'm finna send them this check real quick. And we finna hop on board. And man, we get on board. Again, I got so much other stuff going on, but we get on board and we going over stuff. We connecting dots from the information that y'all providing us, and we like, okay, cool. We gonna do this. Then another start putting offers out there. When getting the offers accepted, it was like, say, got a little frustrated. Business got real busy, so it was like, okay, we gonna come back to that in a little while. Opportunity presented itself for me to get the property that we closed on Friday. And it was just like, you know what? Like, I took everything that y'all gave me. It was like, hey, look, just ain't no more waiting. Let's just do it.
And it's so crazy because being in coaching these last 2-3 years, like, some people have no clue. Some people don't even know where to start, what to do. Mm-hmm. But there's other people who just missing a little piece of it. Mm-hmm. And that little piece is stopping them from jumping off the bridge. It's stopping them from getting off the sideline.
Not the bridge.
Jump. Do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
So understand that I highly recommend you getting around good people, get some mentorship. It ain't got to be our mentorship. I'm just saying, anybody mentorship, anybody that can give you time. The part that he ain't telling y'all is, when we met them, we said the same thing about them.
We did.
Man, they're gonna be great. Like, it was like bro, that's us. Like she mortgage, you real estate.
I'm like, y'all got all the pieces.
Y'all got all the
We
pieces to be great.
We just got to connect it.
Just gotta connect it. So the part he didn't say was they was kind of slow playing.
Mm-hmm.
And we was on them. We was on them. Hey, what's going on? Y'all making offers? And it was like, we're gonna do it. We're gonna. So understand that. Make sure you're around people who care for you, who want to see you succeed. And the main thing that we tell everybody is your success is our success.
Right.
If you don't do a deal, we ain't doing our job.
Yeah.
Sometimes we gotta pull you to a deal. Sometimes we gotta push you to a deal. Sometimes we gotta do whatever we gotta do to make you get a deal.
Yeah.
So I will say that they actually got a deal.
They did get a deal. What was that? What was that fear like? Okay, well, we think we got a deal. We know we can do something with it. What kind of fear was going through your head?
Like, what if I can't do this? Like, that's a real fear. Like, I'm one of them people that I feel if I do it enough times, if I'm just immersing myself in it, I can do it. I don't care if it's brain surgery. If that's all I'm doing, I can be a brain surgeon. Like, I don't need the school part. I just need to be actively doing it. And for me, it was like, I don't know why I was so afraid to, like, what has to be done, just do it. And it was just like, I'm playing double dutch. I'm just like, I can't get in there and start time. Like, so I don't know. Like I said, the biggest fear was like, what if I don't succeed? Ooh. Like, so that was a real fear. But then again, Sean was like, we done took bigger chances. And we're young enough to, if we don't succeed now, we can bounce back. And she was like, so we gonna make whatever mistakes we gonna make, we need to make them now. So we don't make them later, and so that we can recover from it. And it was just like, okay, let's go ahead and pull the trigger.
That's real. So if he talking to you, if you on the sideline and you playing double dutch, give me a me in the chat. I'll let me know that's you, because I know at least 3 or 4 names on here that's watching. Y'all playing high stakes double dutch. High stakes. It's like, I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. So understand that the first part is
I need 3 more months. Wait till March.
Yes, the first part is recognizing that's what you're doing. And once you recognize that's what you're doing, you can start taking some action to overcome those fears and do the things that you want to do.
And I would agree with you, Stone. I don't think you needed schooling. I don't think you needed education. I think you needed accountability.
Mm-hmm.
I think you needed people telling you can do it, like reminding you that you can do it, and then just literally walking you through it. Okay, this is what it's gonna look like. Just do it. Because once you were in it, it was like another light went off on you. Like, you was like, oh yeah, we'll be rocking. We rocking roller. We doing this. Okay, just came back from Atlanta. Head and go check the property. Like, you was rolling to a point where it was like, I'm checking up on you. Hey, you still good? Everything going good? Any problems? So it wasn't the needing so much of an information. Yeah, you needed that piece, and that piece stopped you for too long.
Right.
But you just really needed accountability.
The biggest thing one of the biggest things is that when you're doing a podcast, when you're doing a project or rehab, understand that it's never going to go as planned, y'all.
Oh no,
it's never going to go. 100+ properties in. Matthew Gregory is
Merry Christmas.
What's up, Matthew? I'm gonna ask Matthew a question if he's staying on here long enough. How many projects have you done, Matthew, that have been smooth sailing from start to finish, that you did not have to make an adjustment, you did not have a change order, you did not have something wacky go on? For us, it hasn't happened.
Yeah.
So
never.
Zero.
Matthew says it's zero. And that's 1,000+ properties right there talking, y'all. So understand that the thing that I liked about Stone was he understood that. And when things happened, he didn't quit. He didn't shut down. He didn't go lay in the bed. Hey, we had some adjustment. We did this, did that, but we be back on track.
Even with the structuring of the deal, because I remember when it first happened, like, there was a hiccup, like we were midway through, and we found out that the person who had the house, they had, what was that, a reverse mortgage?
No, it's not a reverse mortgage. They had a mortgage. They did a modification, and that entitled the the lender to a portion of their equity if once they sold it. So it was one of those situations where we were like, well, how much
equity you
how much
getting?
like, and then it was like, where this money coming from? It gotta come out of my pocket. I was like, hold on, like, whoa, wait a minute, like let's get this figured out. And but if the property didn't appraise for higher than what the modification was for, then it was irrelevant. It was just a wash.
So it was my first time hearing it, y'all. After all these properties, and he was like, we might have a problem. Like the mortgage people sending their appraisal out here, and I'm looking at him like, huh? Like, what's going on?
He caught you off guard like he caught me off guard.
Yeah.
They called me, was like, yeah, we going to appraise this property. Like, who is you? So I'm like, we already have an appraiser there. Like, I think there's somebody trying to do this. So I'm on that type of time. I'm like, hey, who you in? Who you work for?
Right.
Who you
I need
with?
to know
You know,
now.
they were like, no, we're with such and such. I'm like, okay, well, that's really the mortgage company. So I was like, so I came down a little bit. I was like, okay, what's going on again? She started explaining what was happening and what was what. I'm like, I'm still a little iffy on it, but I believe you more because you have a whole lot more information than somebody generally would have.
Right.
Yes.
So I was like, all right. So we ended up going around and shit like y'all ain't got nothing to worry about because it's not going to praise for anymore. It's going to praise for less actually in this situation.
Yeah. So it actually worked out.
It worked out good.
But it was a scare because it was like we had contract signed, we in the middle of escrow lenders, and we like they gonna want some money. Like,
we ain't got that worked out for you.
yes. Yeah. So learn something new. Every one of them gonna learn.
That is mine. Thank you.
You ain't no shit.
Those two are yours.
Stingy over here, y'all.
Yes, it's my water.
Okay. All right. So we got our first property. What was the loan process like? I know you said funding was kind of a sticking point before you got started. What type of loan you got? How was that process? What was your thoughts on that?
So we ended up going hard money loan.
Okay.
They did the hard money loan. They financed 100% of the rehab.
Okay.
And I think it was 90% of the purchase price.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken. That process was super easy. Filled out the application. They ran my credit. I sent them over my company documents, and they were like, all right, you approved. This is how much money you're going to need to bring to the table. And once we get, like, boom, sent the appraisal out. My biggest issue in the process with the appraisal, they had sent it to an appraiser. He accepted it, but he was on vacation. So that slowed us down. That slowed our process down about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, we done paid for the appraisal. He out. Like when he going out? Like, nobody called me. I'm like, they slowing me down. But he ended up calling and was like, hey, I'm ready to go do the appraisal. I was on vacation. I can go out today. I'm like, bro, I'm in Georgia. I think I need to be there, so I make sure we get the value that we need to get anyways. But it was just like, you know what? Go ahead and go out, bro.
Roll with it. All right. So it's so crazy because your fear getting started was where is the rehab money going to come from? Mm-hmm. When there's a program out there that will give you 100% of the rehab money.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's just powerful. It's all about getting the right information and getting around the right people. Mm-hmm. All right.
So we say that that's your first deal. It's your first flip deal. But it's not your first deal.
Mm.
Why were you so afraid to do the flip deal?
What was the first deal? Let's talk about the first deal.
Okay.
So first deal, my wife and I bought a duplex in Eastlake. We also did it was a family-owned property, but we did a rehab on a family-owned property in Eastlake as well, mm-hmm. And we oversaw the entire process. Again, it wasn't our money, but we made sure that we had the contractors and everything was going according to plan. So that's what we did there. But our first actual property that we got was our investment property in Eastlake, which was a duplex.
How did y'all find that property?
So I was actually called to list that property.
Ooh.
So it was just one of those divine intervention moments. Because again, like I said, had been talking about getting into investing. I'm like, okay, we want rental properties and we want flips. Like we want to do the whole thing. And got a phone call like, hey, Mr. Stone, want you to list my duplex. Want you to come check it out and put it on the market for me. No problem. You gonna be at home. You know, I'll stop by, check it out. Me and Sean go over there. Sean stays in the car. He showed me the property. I'm looking around. I'm like, man, I'm finna buy it. So, I mean, it wasn't anything over the top, mind blowing. Like it's an older, like straight out the 70s duplex, but it looked like it had been preserved. And I was like, it's just so clean, so neat, everything. Like the outside, the interior, exterior was just like, you know what? It had it had a downstairs den and a 1-car garage for both units. So I was like, this ain't something that you see every day.
Right.
And it's in this great condition. I'm like, man, I'm gonna buy this. Anyway, sign the listing paperwork, get it on the contract, not on the contract, put it out there on the market.
Did Sean get out the car?
Sean never got out the car.
Oh man, come on! I know what she was doing.
She was on the phone, on the phone talking to clients. I mean, she was working.
Oh, okay, you know what I thought she was doing?
Was that
stock? The
stock
option.
No, we wouldn't do a stock. Right? Like stock in the early part of the day. It was afternoon.
Okay.
So I ended up getting in the car and I said, babe, we need to buy this. She ain't paying me no mind. Like I'm talking about super level minded. So I'm like, okay, put it out there, put my sign in the yard, and we drove off. And I kept saying stuff. I said something to her about every week. From the time I put that house on the market till the day we went under contract on, I got phone calls about it. Matter of fact, I got phone calls on closing day about that house.
Wow.
But we put it on the market, and I had a conversation with the seller. I said, I want to purchase this house. However, we gonna accept all offers gonna come in. I said I'd be willing to counter or match whatever the highest offer is, if that's okay. So all right, cool. We end up going to Jamaica. Phone blowing up the whole time we on vacation. And so I'm like, who keep calling you? I'm like, man, these folks trying to get in this house. They trying to get in the duplex. She was like, that duplex ain't like that. I'm like, man, we gotta see.
Now she paying attention.
We gotta see it. So we fly back from Jamaica. We go. She was like, we go straight to the house.
I gotta see that.
She see the house. She was like, okay, we gonna buy it. So we wait. We ain't no offers came in yet. Okay. But we just like, okay, cool. Like I would say, we gonna get this house or not. She was like, I'm gonna go run the numbers. So we wait on offers. I called them up, and I was like, look, we gonna go ahead and offer you $30,000 over asking price. We gonna go ahead and get this boy off the market. We ain't gotta wait on this. We ain't gotta wait on what nobody else gonna do. And whatever the price for, we'll pay for it. Yeah. Say less. Wrote it up, did it that way. Price came back. He said, you know what? This is what I wanted for the house. This is what I'm gonna send it to you for.
Wow.
Win-win.
Win-win. I think that if you are an agent and you're watching this, you have to understand that being an investor doesn't mean stop being an agent. It just means you got to be able to put on both hats. Sometimes you're gonna have your investor hat on. Sometimes you're gonna have your realtor hat on. But until you really get the skills you need to put that investor hat on, you're letting money go. Yeah. You're just losing money or passing money along to others. But if you really transition and you really start looking at all deals from multiple angles, whether that's buying it, whether it's subject to it, whether it's on a finance deal, whatever you're looking at a property at, you can do so many more deals because you see the deals first. Right. A lot of times people are already calling you saying, hey, list my house. Help me sell my house. You already have the first impression on them. But you have to understand that there's ways that you can buy these houses and still be fair to your client. He didn't say he wanted to shortchange the client. Still be fair to him, but make sure that you can buy it at a good number and you can also make money on it. So if you're an agent, start trying to put on that investor hat sometimes.
Absolutely. And you don't always have to have a lot of money to get started. Like the money is all around you. This is when I knew that Sean and I were cut from the same cloth. The first time we were in training, Sean's profile picture said money magnet. And I was like, oh, girl, we sisters, because I always say We are money magnets. We don't have it because we haven't asked for it. We haven't told people what we're looking for and what we're doing. So just believe that you really are a money magnet. And if funds is what's stopping you from getting started, like you got to put that into the atmosphere. I'm a money magnet. Money is all around me. And watch how you start attracting those things because you put it out in the atmosphere. If you don't put it out in the atmosphere, if you put, I'm broke, I ain't got no money, I can never do it, and you put all of those things into the atmosphere, expect all of that to come back to you. You're going to be broke. You ain't going to never have it. You ain't going to never have it to give because you put that out. No, put positive things out and watch how positive things return and how you're able to help and bless others because of the positivity you put into the atmosphere.
You do good when you do good, girl. That was good right there. Now sometimes you go left, but that was good right there.
All right. So first flip wasn't the first. We didn't did 3 deals.
Technically, yeah.
Be a part of 3D.
We
Part of
did
3 deals. Yeah.
We in the flip.
Mm-hmm.
Did the flip go as expected?
Absolutely not. So, but again, we were prepared for it. Like again, like you said, like part of the training, you know, like, hey, something's going to happen. It's a matter of when, not if.
Yes,
Like something is going to happen, something that wasn't accounted for initially, but you accounted for because you were like, hey, you got your contingency, but like,
What
hey,
is contingencies?
All right, you got to slow down. You confused them.
my fault.
I understood exactly what you said.
So it's just like, so with the Denmark, they told us like, hey, like they just told you guys, something is going to go wrong. So you have to plan for something to go wrong. So you already have something to the side for those. It's accounted for in your numbers already. So when it does happen, you are already prepared. So it's like, okay, I knew something was gonna come up. We got this set aside for it already. Not even knowing what it was gonna be, but we already got this portion right here set aside. And when it happens, if it's less than what you already got to the side, great. It might be a little bit more, but you already have something in place to make sure that it ain't gonna derail your entire project.
So when did your something come up? Was it in the beginning, the middle, the end?
The very first draw. As soon as we got in there, it was like, all right, we getting everything, we tearing everything out, and it was like, hey, we got a problem. And it was just like, okay, cool, fix it. You know, it was just like, fix it. Like, let me know how much it's gonna be. And it was a little bit more than expected. And that's when I was like, you know what? I know my numbers. I know I'm super good in this deal. Suck it up, take care of it. Boom. All right, cool. Now let's get back on track.
Let's get back on track.
And that was that.
It's gonna happen. It's evident that it's gonna happen, y'all. So that doesn't mean this isn't the right thing that I'm doing the wrong thing. No, things are gonna happen. There's no way that when you walk through a house, you're gonna know exactly everything that needs to be done and to plan for it. You don't know what's going on behind those walls. You don't know what's going on under the floor, and you won't know until you get into the property and you start tearing some stuff up. That's when you find it. Sometimes it happens at the beginning. Sometimes it happens in the middle. Sometimes it happens smack dead in the end when you listed. Inspector just came out and just told you, Houston, we have a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Expect it to happen. Don't get your pennies all in the wad just because it happens. It is gonna happen. Matthew said it. He's had 0 deals that he hasn't had issues with. 0.
So just a nugget for those who have not done a project before. Estimate your rehab project. If your rehab is $30,000, estimate that $30,000, but also have a contingency on top of that $30,000. For most of the time, we like to do either like 10% or 5,000. If it's your first one, be more like 20%. All right, because you don't know what you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure that if that rehab was 30, it needs to be 35, 36 now. But you got $5,000-$6,000 in contingency that when you get into it and something goes wrong, it's already there. And that keeps the anxiety down, that keeps the motivation up, and that keeps things going. It's a bad feeling to have a $30,000 rehab, and in the first week you already projected to be $5,000 over. that's a bad feeling. So don't go through that. Have a contingency. Make sure your numbers still work with that contingency so that you can move on.
And don't get emotionally attached, y'all. I promise you, don't get emotionally attached. It's so easy to get it, and if you are, just tell yourself, I'm not emotionally attached until you start believing it. Because when it's your first, you do get emotionally attached. With that being your first, are you ready to let go?
Absolutely.
Oh,
I'm trying to get paid.
Time to get paid. Okay.
So like you said, that's not necessarily my first deal, but it's just business. Like I'm business minded. Let's make it happen.
Why not? So I gotta go back a little bit. So why you just ain't get a regular job?
Yeah,
Why
that's
this
what I'm
entrepreneur
saying.
route, Stone? Like,
I mean, I've had regular jobs. Don't get me wrong. Like I've managed the call center for 2 years. Like I worked there.
You keep coming up with different jobs that I ain't
I've never not had a job. Like I'm not gonna act like I've just always been entrepreneur, just 100% entrepreneur. I've always had a job. Even when I was in the streets, I had a job because I just wasn't stupid enough to have $50,000 and not have a job. Like that was like how you get caught up immediately. But that's neither here nor there. But I've always had a job. Before I got into real estate, I was managing the call center. I had been there since 2013 because, again, mind you, I went to court in 2012. December 12, 2012, I became a felon. A part of my probation, I didn't have to go to prison, but I did have 5 years of probation. Part of probation is you have to have a job. You can't be an entrepreneur on probation. You have to go clock in. You have to send them your paycheck stuff. They got to know that you're there. You got to report this every week. Like, so it wasn't I could just go cut grass because I've always cut grass. That's always been my another side hustle. But I had to go clock in, and I was fortunate enough to have been given a chance at that call center, and I made the best of it. But I got wind that call center was going to close in 2019. 2018, I knew that they were going to close the call center the following year. So I decided, I'm like, okay, I need to make a train. I need to do something. Funny thing is, I told the judge in 2012 that I was going into real estate. When she let me out the courtroom, she's like, I don't know what you're gonna do, but I'm gonna get into real estate at some point.
Wow.
And she said, good luck, But it, like I said, so that was 2012. But anyway, fast forward. I was in my office, got an email, and I'm like, I wasn't supposed to get this email, but it was already done. I seen it. I said, okay, cool. So I need to figure out what I'm gonna do. My mom sent me a Facebook link to Barnes School of Real Estate. They were having a 2-week real estate course.
Yeah, crash course.
The next year, like a couple weeks away, and I think I had to pay for it in like February. Like I had to pay for it in January, and I was like, man, I really want to take this course, but I don't know how I'm gonna get out of work. I finished work. They were like, we'll give you the time off or whatever, and I still didn't have the money to pay for it. I was like, dang, I just paid rent, you know what I'm saying?
Life was life.
Life was life at that time. Christmas just passed, you know what I'm saying? Like,
a little life.
I can hold on to that little change for real. And Sharon was like, boy, stop playing. And she went on and paid for it.
Wow.
And I went to real estate school, and the time came for them to lay us off. They let me go with a check, and I was just chilling out. So I said 2020, I'm gonna get on this real estate stuff real heavy. I did get 2 clients in 2019. I'm not gonna cap like I did, but I wasn't trying to do no business until 2020. But one of my best friends hit me up. He wanted me to sell his house in Tuscaloosa. He was like, bro, you got your license, congratulations. Boom, here go your first listing. And one of my aunties decided to sell her house with me at the end of the year.
That was sweet.
So boom, did that. But that house that my partner gave me, that didn't sell until 2020 because again, it was but 2020 was a COVID year. Mm-hmm. So everything had got shut down. That's how I ended up at the car dealership. So 2020, COVID.
People were still buying cars.
Absolutely.
Not even so they driving cars. I feel like I bought a car.
We only sold to essential personnel. Hey, but real. But so COVID was going on. They were shutting everything down, and I was like, okay, I had to figure something out. I got offered the job because I was talking real estate, and the manager or the dealership walked by. He was like, man, you sold cars before? I'm like, I'm pretty sure it ain't that hard.
Ain't that hard.
So I took the job, but I took it so that I could be in front of people.
Mm.
It wasn't about actually selling cars. It was more so about being like, can't nobody go nowhere. I can't be around nobody. So if people got to come in here, I sell cars. I sell cars to whoever comes in. But my ultimate goal is to sell houses. I ended up selling two managers at the car dealership houses in 2020.
Got to change the conversations, y'all.
Get
Get around the right people. I want to talk about the partnership with your wife. All right, we know that you have a Turo business. You and your wife. We know that I have a mortgage business. We know that you are a realtor. For people that are dating, fiance, married, what type of advice would you give those people when it comes to working with your significant other?
Ooh. I
mean, in anything, it can be difficult. Of course, working with your significant other can be difficult if that's all y'all do. But I'm gonna borrow from you guys. Stay in your lane. Everybody has a purpose or a function in their business. Know your roles. Not trying to sound like The Rock, but know your roles. Shut your mouth. Keep pushing. Like, hey, like she got her role. I got my role. I'm good at what I'm good at. Where I lack, she backs me up, and where she lacks, I back up. So figure out a way to make it work for y'all. I'm like I said, she's my biggest asset. She is, and I hope I'm her biggest asset.
Absolutely.
So, like I said, she definitely pushes me to go out there and make it happen.
Wow. I bet you do not remember our 5 principles of working together. Partnership.
Okay. I'm probably not going to get all of them. Obviously, one of them is stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane.
God first.
Gonna
look it up real quick, yes. So I can win.
Have fun.
You gotta have fun. Communicate.
Okay.
I'm missing one. Have fun is the part I always like it.
Okay.
What's the last one?
I hope you know.
I'm trying to say the duplex.
Somebody trying to sell a duplex.
Yeah.
Yes. Is this duplex still around?
Oh yeah, they see that duplex rented, right?
Yeah. So we got one side rented out, and I currently stay on the other. We stay on the other side for when we have business in town.
That's perfect.
That's perfect.
That's perfect.
That's sweet right there.
That is perfect.
What's next for the Stones in this real estate arena?
Man, that's a really good question. My personal goal, of course, is to do more flips. Like I said, got the first one out. Like I said, we close on that Friday. Like I said, everything going smooth now. So we got to get to Friday, and get the paperwork signed. But after that, it's try to find another flip. I come across deals all the time, so that'll be found. But short term goal to do 2 more flips in the next 3 months. I know that's maybe a little zealous.
I don't think so. Anyway,
okay, cool.
I don't think it's zealous because for one, I think that you've developed the experience when it comes to contractors.
That fear is gone.
Right.
You got a team.
You got a team. That's the biggest part. You got a team that you can lean on. You have multiple deals that come your way all the time.
Right.
You understand how to work the money part of it. So I think it's very possible. Just me personally, I think it's very possible. And I don't say that to everybody because the step between doing 1 project and 2 projects at a time is a big step. And I personally want to make sure you've done 1 or 2 successfully before I say, okay, you can do 2 at a time. Because it is a big step, because it becomes processes, it becomes procedures, it becomes keeping receipts in line, it becomes going to check on multiple projects. But I feel like you can do it.
I feel like if you guys didn't have other businesses that was running, then I would say no. But I know that you know what the foundations of business is. Like, come on,
that's a money. That's a money thing there.
Yeah, we just went on the contract on something. So
let's go.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
But yeah, I feel like you guys already have the foundations when it comes to running a smooth business. This is just another one.
Yep.
So you're gonna put systems in place. You're gonna make sure that y'all are going over the numbers. It's gonna be in its own separate account per project.
Mhm.
So that way there's no what should I do or this shouldn't have happened. No, you're just putting it in place like you do everything else.
Yeah.
And it should be smooth.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that works. So we're gonna do two projects in the next 3 months. We're gonna get 2 more flips out. I'm gonna probably go ahead and get my broker's license, start working on that, and then I ultimately want to get into like my boy Eddie and get into that heavy multifamily, like 40 plus units. That has to happen next year. I gotta buy me an apartment complex, 40 unit
Let's go.
40 unit or better apartment complex by December of next year.
Let's go.
So that's what's coming for the Stones. I'm pretty sure Sean is probably going to expand into other states as far as the mortgage brokers is concerned. And like I said, just dominate whatever we can dominate.
Let's go.
That's
Sky's the limit.
That's powerful.
His ambition is contagious. Absolutely.
It is.
And y'all, don't put no limits on yourself. All right. Don't say because of my background, I can't do it. Like Stone has showed you, your background doesn't matter. It's all about what you put your mind to. 40 unit, okay. His track record says he's not supposed to be here. Like he's not supposed to be sitting right here with us. But yet he's a successful realtor. He's an investor. He has his own tour. Like you're not supposed to have that with that track record.
Oh no, absolutely not. And I tell everyone that's so. Of course, in business you need a why. And as of right now, that's my why. It's because I wasn't, statistically speaking, and what I was told, I wasn't gonna be successful after I got my felony conviction. You're like, you ain't gonna never be able to do this. Like they ran off a list of things that I wasn't gonna be able to do. And I said, bet. Like, okay, like that's what you think. So here we go.
I love your story.
Pow. Like that, you're gonna be on the stage telling that story. And I'm glad you're on our platform right now. And we're gonna be like, we remember when?
Right.
Because that story there gonna be on the stage, man. With you and your wife telling that story and telling these obstacles that y'all have overcome, it's gonna change people's lives. This here gonna change some people's lives. I already know it is. I'm gonna send this directly to the guy I was talking to and say, you gotta watch it.
I got 2 people in mind.
You gotta watch it because you can do anything through Christ who strengthens us.
Absolutely.
So make sure you keep God in the mix, keep him first so that he can push you, he can guide you. Make sure you're getting around the right people. Make sure you are being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because that's where growth happens, when you're uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I don't know what else to say. You got anything else? You asked me anything else? You asked me? All right. So one thing I do want to say is we have a holiday party tomorrow at Bogan Park and Museum. Free event, light show, Santa Claus.
I have confirmed.
Bring your family, y'all. This is a investors family affair. So if you got kids, bring your kids. We're gonna have something for them to do.
And let me say this: it's not an investor family affair. If you haven't started investing yet and you are thinking about getting off the sideline and getting into the game, come. Like, be around people who are like-minded. Be around people who are trying to do exactly what you're trying to do, because that's what's going to continue to push you past your obstacles, past your challenges. Do you have mental roadblocks every day, or at least once a week?
I mean, I have my challenges because again, so as far as like mental roadblocks, I doubt myself some days, or I get down on myself about different things. I don't complain about it because I know where I could have been or where I could be. Like, I'm not even supposed to be here, so how can I complain about what I got to deal with today? So it's just one of those things. So But again, I have people that I can call them like, hey, this is where I'm at today. Like, man, Stone, like on this side, we got this to do. Like, okay, let's refocus. So yeah.
So understand, you're gonna have those roadblocks. You're gonna have those mental roadblocks. It's normal. Sonny had one this morning.
Oh, I had a big one this morning.
I saw you say
big, little.
Like, ain't even want to come here today. And I was gonna be here.
Look, let me tell you. Let me. In part, I did put on the post was it wasn't that I just didn't want to be here. It's that I got my kids. I have my two. I don't know. Can you say that middle? I got my 10-year-old and my 8-year-old. They're out of school, so I do real estate to spend time with them.
Oh, yeah.
So understand that when I got them, I want to be with them. I want to spend time with them. And I knew that because of what we was doing and what we had going on, I just really did not want to come and do everything I supposed to do because I had them. But when we got in, before I even got my computer open good, my phone started going up. Boom. Just got approved for 75,000 business credit. I'm like, okay, good. I'm feeling a little better. Boom, got another one. We got another person approved for $75,000 business credit. I'm like, okay, I hear you, guys. I hear you. 15 minutes later, boom, appraisal comes back. $10,000 over what we expected.
And not just over what we expected. This particular house is listed on the market and it hasn't been able to sell. So now it's time for a refinance. And logic says that when you're having a refinance, if you've already dropped that sales price, it's not going to even come to that sales price. But this just went over what the asking price is. So like, ooh, now this seller may not have to sell. Now they can do a lease option. They don't have to leave money in the deal now. Like they get majority of their money out doing the refinance. So it was just like, okay, we were meant to be here this morning, even though.
Suck it up. Let's go. Let's do what we got to do. So that was kind of my morning. It wasn't just being lazy.
It's never lazy. Yeah, it's never lazy. But it was definitely a mental roadblock to where you can tell he was ready to tap out at any moment. From he didn't want to wake up. Like,
but we're gonna get through after this podcast. I think we got one more meeting, and we're gonna do something fun. Like we're gonna go get some ice cream. We're gonna go do something. With at least the two I got, so that I can show my appreciation because I am a family man. What you got?
The last one that I missed. This is the most important one.
Okay.
All right. So we got to keep God first, communication, stay in your lane, have fun, grow together.
Grow together. Oh, that's a big
grow together. In whatever partnership, whether it's a couple, whatever partnership, grow together. Because the moment you don't grow together, you grow apart. So you're either growing together or you're growing apart. All right. Grow together, learn together, go to the same conferences together, because you can't go back when you go to a conference. You can't go back and tell them what you learned. You don't know enough to tell them what you learned. All right. You're going to miss some things, but when you go together, then you can say, oh, I picked up this nugget. Oh, I picked up I didn't even hear them say that nugget. So now you guys are growing together, discussing it, and you're even reminding each other of things that one of you may have missed. It makes it so much more fun when you're never going to be on the same level completely, but when you are closer to each other versus somebody having to pull somebody else up, that gets draining and the other person just doesn't want to do it. Or the person who's not where the other person is feel like, oh, you feel like you're doing me a favor. And that's a whole nother issue. Do it together so everybody's on the same page.
Yep, totally agree. Did we say that the party's free?
Tomorrow's event is absolutely free. So come have fun, laugh, dance, play some games. I got to go pick up.
We got prizes. We got some giveaways.
I got to go pick up the big prize.
We got prizes.
We got a big prize.
We got big prize.
Make sure y'all in the room.
Make sure you're in the room.
The magic happens in the room. Absolutely. If you haven't got your conference tickets yet, go ahead and get them. Rowdy will be on next week, and Rowdy has agreed to pay the difference to someone who already has a ticket to upgrade them to VIP so that you can sit with Rowdy. If you have not sat with Rowdy before, had a conversation with Rowdy, and you're looking to get into investing, I promise you, you don't know half of what you need to know until you sit with Rowdy. All right.
So for everybody that got a ticket,
go upgrade this ticket.
No, I got your ticket.
So
Whoever has the ticket, whoever has at least a general admission ticket, Rowdy, there's going to be a raffle, and then
to upgrade
to VIP. All right.
Okay. All right. That's
I don't know if I want to wait on the raffle. I need to be.
So let me say this. I would definitely say get a VIP, y'all, because the conversations that are going on in VIP, the fellowships, the connections that are being made in VIP are priceless.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, for some of the speakers that we have, it's a $2,000 price to talk to these people, y'all.
For an hour.
For an hour. I'm telling you this. All right. So if you can get into the room in a environment that is conducive to conversations, you can get some of your personal questions asked. You can get some of your direction, some of those little things that's been holding you back, or some guidance. Definitely get in the room. Everybody that was in VIP last year, they've already booked for VIP again.
Mm-hmm.
Already. Off the top, it wasn't no, what I got to do is boom. As soon as the link went out, I'm doing VIP.
Because they know what they got from it. They've seen how much they've grown just from investing in themselves.
Yes. Totally agree. All right. We're going to close out. Anything you want to say to people before we go, Stone? Anything on your mind?
Man, like I said, come to the party, check out the Denmarks, the Christmas party in Vulcan. Make sure you get your tickets to the Sexy Flipper Conference.
Yes.
That's like I said, me and Sean attended the first one. Like we've been all.
Hold on. Okay. Rewind. We're not wrapping up no more.
We gonna keep it going.
Keep it going. Tell us about the conference. You came. Tell us about it. What was that experience like?
The conference is always high energy. It's always a ton of information being given out. I've never been to a conference where they actually take you to a property, walk you through the property with an inspector to show you what you should be looking for before you even put an offer in on the property. So it's like, I mean, like I said, it's everything. Anything and everything you need is going to be in that room in order for you to get started in investment. You got individuals there that are looking to fund your flips if you want to, if that's what you're missing. You have the inspectors there. You have contractors that are there. Like I said, you got people that you can partner with on the deal. You got somebody that can find the deals. You got wholesalers there. Like, so again, everything that you need is there. Like, I don't. Everything is in the room.
It's there. And I will say that was our vision of doing the conference. It was we are education geeks, y'all. Mm-hmm. So like we've been to so many conferences, we've been to so many seminars, and one of the things that we always felt was that people around us weren't going to these things. So we was like, we're gonna bring it to them, and at least get them motivated, get them excited, get them some information that they can take some actionable steps to get going. Mm-hmm. So we be super geek for it every year.
We're always super geek.
Always
are super geek for it.
I can almost tell you there's a good chance it's gonna be sold out before the new year. I'm telling you now.
Tell them how many tickets are left.
It was 20 tickets left over the weekend. I know Antonio bought his ticket this morning. I know the Fields getting 2 tickets. So there's probably about 17 tickets left. Mm-hmm. And don't say that. Nobody told y'all.
Right.
You're going to wait. You're going to procrastinate and be like, once the new year come around, I'm going to get my ticket.
Just go tell Santa all I want for Christmas is the ticket.
All I want is the ticket.
All I want for Christmas. Right. Because after Christmas, it might be gone.
Might be gone.
It is.
So let's roll.
All right.
Need a home? Call Stone.
Need a home? Need a mortgage?
Call Stone.
How would somebody get in contact with you, Stone, if they wanted to talk with you more, if they had a house they wanted to sell, if they had anything dealing in real estate? How can they get in contact with you?
Hit me up on Facebook. I'm the only person on Facebook with the name just Stone. It's like that's literally it. My direct number is 205-441-6016. I'll be happy to help anybody. So as far as the mortgages are concerned, settingstonemortgage.com to fill out the application. That goes directly to Sean, and she'll be giving you a call within about 2 hours of you filling out the application. So again, you got to fill out the application. Not just create a profile, but fill out the app, and she'll be giving you a call. So again, settingstonemortgage.com. And then, of course, you need me, 205-441-6016.
Let's go.
There it is. All right,
All right,
we out of
you
here, y'all. Shout out to our sponsors, Jacob Title, X Clipper Academy, Mr. Good and Home Inspection, Denno's Funding, Junk Fathers, New Western, REI Decoded. Go join our REI Decoded group.
It's an absolutely free group. Get you some hours in the game, because Sonia just stopped in the middle. Get you some hours in the game by joining this free group. We'll give you our free mini course as well. So that way you can start learning investing. You can jumpstart yourself so that you know, hey, is investing really for me? Is it something that I want to dive deeper into? So don't waste no time. Join the group. It's absolutely free. Be a part of the community. Be a part of the family. We would love to have you. And we'll see you Wednesday. Same place, same time.
Not tomorrow.
Not tomorrow.
Okay. REI Live tomorrow.
Yeah.
REI Live is tomorrow.
Both tomorrow, and then we're back Wednesday. Who got
We're
Wednesday?
back Wednesday.
Pressure.
Junk Fathers is
Junk
here
Fathers.
Wednesday.
Let's go.
Okay.
In
All
the
right.
building.
Love you guys. Have an amazing, amazing week and day. Peace.
Peace.
Happy holidays.
Yo, what's going on? What's going on? Listen, it's Keith Everett, Real Estate Diddy. I'm right here at the Simple Sexy Flipping Conference. I gave 10 ways on how to find off-market properties. If you're somebody trying to learn how to use the bank, find private money lenders, and know how you can fund the properties, you need to be here.
I would definitely recommend this event to anybody, especially if you're looking to get started in this business, because sometimes you just don't know where to go, and sometimes you don't know how to get started. And sometimes it could be the reverse. You got the motivation, but you don't have the education, or you have the education, you don't have the motivation. So sometimes it's being in certain rooms with certain people that'll kind of uplift you or inspire you or get you moving, get you thinking. But more importantly, this is the kind of room you want to be in, especially if you're a newbie.